The war in Ukraine marks 1 week with signs Russia is intensifying its attack. Plus, Paula Tutman on the trauma for families.
Images from the front. Loved ones in Ukraine are sending their family members here in Metro Detroit images to make sure they stay informed. But those photos are also traumatizing.
Bombs are exploding right outside the windows.
Why the war is hitting so many at home so hard.
A new plan to speed up the pothole fixes in Michigan. Good afternoon there, Paul.
Well, hi there, Karen. And right now we have some raindrops and snowflakes set to come on down through the area. But how about this? From snow to 60s? Yeah, it's in the forecast. I'll have that straight ahead.
Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit. Local 4 News First at 4 starts now.
First at 4, we are tracking the major developments out of Ukraine as the war enters a 7th day. Russia stepping up its assault on key cities, with Ukrainians continuing to fight back. We have team coverage on the crisis. Paula Tutman has the incredible heartache of Metro Detroiters with family in Ukraine. We'll have more on that in a moment, but let's start with Kimberly Gill and the very latest information on what's unfolding there. Kim?
Hi, Karen. Good afternoon. Most of the world united today to demand Russia withdraw from Ukraine. The United Nations held its first emergency meeting in 25 years to approve a resolution condemning the attacks, but it has not stopped the violence there. Ukraine's state emergency service released this video of a Russian missile in northern Ukraine. Private homes were hit, and you can see rescue workers digging through the debris there. Russia is moving in on 4 key cities, including the country's second largest. And that 40-mile-long military convoy is still threatening the capital of Kyiv. But U.S. defense officials say it does appear to be stalled. 870,000 people have left Ukraine, and the UN estimates that number could grow to 5 million. The U.S. ambassador to the UN says the blame falls squarely on Vladimir Putin.
It was his choice to force hundreds of thousands of people to stuff their lives into backpacks and flee the country, to send newborn babies into makeshift bomb shelters, to make children with cancer huddle in hospital basements, interrupting their treatment, essentially sentencing them to death. Those were President Putin's choices.
A top aide for Putin says talks with Ukraine are scheduled for tomorrow in Belarus. Today, the Justice Department launched a task force to enforce the new sanctions imposed by the U.S. on Russia. Karen, we'll send it back to you.
All right. Thank you, Kim. Sure. And now we bring in Paula Tutman, who spent the day talking with Metro Detroiters with family in Ukraine, including a man with a 17-year-old daughter still in that country. Paula, this is just so hard to put into words, the pain that they're going through right now.
Yeah, it really is, and the images we're seeing are incredible. Ukrainian people want the world to see these images. They're sending them to their family members right here in Metro Detroit because they want people to see their strength and their resolve. And while so many of these images they show inspiration and creativity, they are also incredibly traumatizing to the family members who are our neighbors. The stories are getting out through families in Metro Detroit with families in Ukraine. Here, a group of 9th, 10th, and 11th graders construct makeshift nets deep in a bomb shelter for their brothers and fathers to use as shields to shoot from behind. A woman gives birth in a basement shelter next to injured soldiers. These are the images of the families of our neighbors.
My mom still in Ukraine, in Lviv, my brother in Ukraine, nephew in Ukraine, my sister in Kyiv, and my auntie in Kyiv. A lot of people there.
Where they live, there's heavy shelling. Bombs are exploding right outside the windows, and they are hiding in the bathroom. They're running out of food, and it's not clear what's going to happen because it seems like Russians are just ramping up their operations and adding more firepower in that region.
For every kilometer, that Russian convoy inches closer to Kyiv. For every Russian boot on the ground, for every millisecond of media coverage of Ukrainians fighting for democracy against Russia, and with each missile that finds its target, Dr. Victor Baraka feels it in every part of his body.
It penetrates and permeates our life here too. So I can't eat normally. I can live normal life.
His 17-year-old daughter, Lisa, lives there with his ex-wife and mother-in-law.
Always and constantly thinking that the war is there, right outside my windows, even when I'm here. So it lives in my head, even though I'm not physically there.
The trauma for local Ukrainian Americans watching what is happening to their families makes it hard to breathe and harder to speak.
I have a lot of Russian friends here and over there. And just imagine one day it's going to be like really people fight to the death and come into our land, my motherland, just to kill my people. It's beyond understanding. Sorry.
Okay, Natalia. 50,000 Ukrainian Americans call Michigan home. Some are first generation, others second generation. It doesn't matter. The blood is the blood. Family is family, no matter what part of the globe they're in. And there is such a sense of hopelessness and fear right here. So I've also been talking to mental health professionals who say they are truly concerned about not only children, but adults who are going through this trauma, talking to their loved ones, sharing these images, but also seeing these images on television for themselves and not knowing if their loved ones are okay. And so today at 5, we'll continue the story and talk to these mental health professionals who are offering their services to anyone who feels trauma going through this war that's 5,000 miles away, but right here in the heart in Ukrainian communities as well as their neighbors.
Thank you, Paula. As you said, our coverage does continue on at 5 o'clock tonight, and then at 6, coming up at 5, we talk with a family of a man stuck in a Russian prison, why they think what's going on right now could actually help Paul Whelan's case. Then at 6, a local restaurant is donating all of its proceeds today to the people of Ukraine. We'll show you how you can help. All right, rain and snow in the forecast. You piqued my curiosity here, Paul, and you even said something about 60s.
Yeah, this is how I started my weather article on clickondetroit.com. This is the time of year where we get these wild swings in the weather, and it's going to get pretty wild here over the next 5 days. We're going to break it down for you coming up in about 10 minutes. But right now you can see an area of very light rain, a few flakes on the northern edge of that. This is all going to come down through the area over the next several hours, so through the early evening hours. Right now, here's a live shot from our Mount Clemens Skycam. Nice shot of Clinton River there. Man, beautiful shot. Temperatures all well above freezing. Low 40s, Howell over to Port Huron. Mid 40s, Adrian over to Detroit. And as we head through the evening hours, we'll have that light rain, light snow progress through the area. I think we're going to stay well above freezing while it's falling. Now, I think we're going to evaporate most of that before the sub-freezing temperatures get here later, but just be aware if you're out late evening. Early evening, we're fine for errands, running the kids to and from, whatever. But late evening, if some of this stuff doesn't evaporate, at that point, maybe there could be a little bit of glazing. But overall, I think we'll be okay this evening. We'll be back to talk about those 60s in a few, Karen.
All right. Thank you, Paul. A major change coming to the business model at Ford Motor Company. The car maker says it will separate its electric and internal combustion engine businesses into different units within the company. One division will be Ford Model E and will focus on electric vehicles, while Ford Blue will focus on vehicles with traditional engines. Ford CEO Jim Farley will lead the electric division. Ford says it now expects that half of its vehicles will be electric by 2030. Governor Whitmer signs an executive order to attack the state's pothole problems. Oh, we've seen it. It's pretty bad out there. The order instructs MDOT to speed up pothole repairs on state trunk line highways. MDOT directed to use all available resources like overtime pay and contracted services to repair roads and help the public easily report the potholes. Michigan State Police will also be asked to provide work zone enforcement and support for those road crews. With coronavirus cases trending down, the White House is outlining a new strategy to get Americans safely back to normal life. We're going to start with the new numbers in Michigan. State reporting a two-day total of 2,105 new cases. It breaks down to an average of 1,052 cases a day. We did lose another 233 lives. Following President Biden's State of the Union address, his COVID response team unveiled new details on how to help America move past the virus. One highlight is the new Test to Treat initiative. It allows pharmacists to issue prescriptions of antiviral pills on the spot for people who test positive.
The president's plan, with support from Congress, ensures other important tools like tests and high-quality masks are widely available, accessible, and free. As the president announced last night, if you've already gotten your free test from covidtest.gov, starting next week, you'll be able to place a second order for tests delivered straight to your home.
The government is also launching a new website where you can find COVID information in your specific community. We do have an important recall for you, an alert over something many of you may be actually wearing right now. Fitbit recalling 1 million watches. My experts say you should take them off immediately. Plus, police say this man is responsible for a string of attacks against women in New York City. And his victims all had one thing in common. Plus, it is the moment on Wheel of Fortune. Oh, it's going viral. The puzzle that stumped these contestants. And now host Pete Sajak is speaking out ahead in Trending Stories.